Yeah, well, yeah, you're right there. Another recording over there.
Our final guests have joined us. They're part of the Robertson clan that runs the family-owned Duck Commander business and birthed upon mainstream America through A&E's Duck Dynasty reality show. Duck Commander and Texas Motor Speedway became business partners in February when the company signed a 3-year contract to be the title sponsor of our annual April NASCAR Sprint Cup Series race. The Duck Commander 500 will be held on Sunday, April 6th. Please welcome Duck Commander CEO Willie Robertson and his wife and business partner, Corey. Before we get started with questions, we have a special presentation for the two of you in celebration of our partnership and sponsorship.
So, Willie and Corey, we got a special helmet for you guys to help commemorate this opportunity. It's really cool, custom design with obviously the faces of the family and pretty cool racing elements and things you can only do in Texas as well. So we're really excited to have Duck Commander 500 here at Texas Motor Speedway and appreciate the partnership very much.
Thank you. That's awesome. That's incredible.
You wear that. Pretty sure it'll fit. Yeah.
That's your first racing helmet?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah?
You've probably worn a helmet other
I
times.
wore one of the episodes, yeah.
With Clint.
We did the, I had one on there. And I did the go-karts, I had one on as well. Thank you, Mark.
All right, you bet.
Thank
you
you
bet.
so much.
Enjoy. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank
Corey.
you.
All right.
I wasn't going to say nothing. I saw that one. Skank that thing out the door.
That's cool.
Quick note on the helmet, it is a custom designed helmet by Canadian sports artist David Arrigo. And he likes to put special touches in, like your bandana, trademark.
Look at the duck calls.
Duck calls on the side, shotgun shells.
I just noticed that.
That's really cool.
You did a good job on me, too.
Before we open for the questions here, Willie, tell us about the relationship with Texas Motor Speedway, the sponsorship. You're going into sports sponsorships with the bowl game also in Louisiana, so just tell us what your goal is and where you're going with all these sponsorships.
Well, yeah, when this opportunity came about, it was a pretty quick decision. We wanted to be involved, and members of the family have been over here at Texas Motor Speedway before. And I personally have done several events over the last year with NASCAR, and so it's a good crowd of people. I think a lot of these guys, guys and gals watch the show, and so it's a good combination for us. It's worked great for us, and we were thrilled to be able to put our name on it. And, you know, if you'd have told me we were going to do this a couple of years ago, I would have never believed it. So we're here we are. Now we got fancy helmets, and I'm looking at my crazy uncle on a cheese jar. I told him he's parlayed being lazy and goofing off and not working into a pretty good gig he's got going. So.
Share his knowledge with us, please. We'll open for questions. Hawk?
Well, you kind of mentioned, obviously, the chance to be in the sponsorship, but a couple years ago on the Clint Boyer, you kind of referenced sponsoring a car and kind of joked about how much that would cost, but did it surprise you on what the cost was, what the benefit will be and all that? And where's the camo? Where's the camo limo?
Yeah, I was kind of joking whenever we were talking about doing that. You know, Duck Commander, it's a weird company. We've been in business for 40 years, but we've obviously in the last two, we've really taken off, and all these opportunities are new, and to be able to think this big and to go out on this kind of scale, and obviously we don't know yet the impact that it's going to make on our business and brand, but with our brand, we think that Duck Commander says a lot more than just duck calls, which we're doing pretty good at selling those right now. But I think it's expanded way beyond just waterfowling, and the brand says a lot about family, our faith, our children, and for us being with NASCAR, that's a perfect fit.
Well, and didn't, we sponsored a car for Buck Commander several years ago.
I did, yeah.
That crashed in like the,
Fifth turn, fifth
yeah.
round.
So now that we have the whole race, we'll be there the whole time, so that's gonna last a lot longer.
Didn't realize why cars keep driving, but unless your name's on it, you want it out there driving. So,
Next question. Hawk?
I'll give it on. Have you ever seen yourself on a screen, once you see the screen and Duck Dynasty comes on a little bit, ever seen yourself that high, that big?
only in my mind, bro. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. So not just because I'm on it, but you know, we've got some cool things happening here, and that, you know, with that big TV screen, I can't wait to see that and see what it looks like that big. Hope we look good, crap. No, it'll be expanded up big.
We're just in the movie God's Not Dead, and so we actually saw ourselves on the big movie screen recently. So that's the biggest. Now this will definitely top that for sure.
Ken Buckner, Wake of the Wolf Show, Dallas, Texas, America. Not to turn it a little bit, but on the current state of NASCAR, I mean, you think back to Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt, Terry Labonte, Arnie Irvin even. Are you disappointed, disheartened by the lack of facial hair in the current crop of NASCAR drivers?
Yeah, what's going on with that? I don't know.
We should make it a requirement for the Duck Commander 500.
We should. We should. I should have made Clint. That should have been the bet. Clint should have just grown it out, but I'm not sure if Clint can even grow a beard. So we'll
What
check
was the
his
bet?
papers.
What was the bet?
Well, we were betting on the sponsorship. Yeah, to get the sponsorship or whatever, and so yeah, he got the best of me. But now we went back out and raced another time. I won't say what happened. It ended better.
Next question, Matt.
Why do you think fans have related to you guys so much? And is there anything been said, written, or speculated about you guys that makes you uncomfortable amidst all this popularity?
A couple of things. Corey and I were getting a divorce last week in the choir. So
National Choir,
that was news to us as we were having coffee. No, I think they relate because they see a lot of themselves in their families, even if they're not theirs. Maybe it's somewhere they would like to be. But something so simple as just saying a prayer at the end of a show, which for us wasn't a big deal. I mean, we do that a lot, and so we didn't know that would have that kind of impact. We hear that all over. I think that aspect has brought a lot of people to watch, and they like that. And heck, I mean, at the end of the day, you can sit down with your kids and watch it, and there's not a lot of shows, I think, anymore that you can sit down and watch as a family that's clean, that's funny, and puts all those elements together. And I think that brought out, and I think, you know, people have crazy uncles, and people's dads say stuff like my dad does, and mom's cooking, and with us you've got all these generations, and so it's a unique show where you've got, you know, we've got kids on there that our children and our nieces and nephews that draw in this younger crowd. You've got folks our age who are trying to run a business so they can see that aspect, and then all the way up to, you know, mom and dad and Si who are older. So you really got these whole generations, and I think it all comes together, and it's funny. And I'll tell you, it's hard being funny consistently that funny. And just look at some of the other shows; they don't make it, and so it's hard. We hit it all together and hit that stride. And I think it'll be hard to duplicate that, hard to find a family quite like this. But hopefully, if things come out of the media that are television entertainment that are more positive, we feel like that's a good move. And we hope to see more shows that we can sit down and watch, because we have, you know, kids that run around that we have to watch television with as well.
When we first started doing the show, we would watch it and we were like, well, we think it's funny. We have other people think it is too. You know, it's like watching home movies for us. So we'd watch it and we'd be laughing and we'd think, you know, well, we hope other people like it as well as we do. And we've just been overwhelmed by the success and the outpouring of encouragement and support. And I think a big part of it is because it is about family, and you know, we're looking for a show that they can sit down and watch with their kids, and really just come away from it and feel good and be happy at the end of it. And I think that's what Duck Dynasty is about. And I think people were searching for it, and hopefully, you know, there's a lot more entertainment being made that is positive and that is family friendly and that has good values. because people obviously want that.
I love the family values of the show. It's fantastic. And I just have a question for you guys. I'm raising little kids. What's your secret to parenting? Because you make it look easy. Your kids are fantastic. And I'd love to hear both your answers. And then specifically, the episode when your daughter starts talking to boys and you take the boy out in the woods with guns. How much of that was... I just love to get your emotions during that episode in particular.
That was one of my favorite episodes. Well, as far as raising children, you know, personally, I think that a lot of it happens at the really young ages. So I think if you put your work in, you know, around up till 3 years old, you know, put a lot of work in and really establish it there, I think you'll have less problems down the road. And, you know, for us, we've always worked together doing that. And, you know, I think it's important, you know, daddy's got to be daddy and mama's got to be mama. And, you know, there's times it's tough, you know, where I have to be the one who just, you know, shuts it down and says this is how it's going to go. And we work together as a team on that.
Yeah, I think it's about respect, and our kids, you know, respect us and treat us with respect, and we treat them with respect as well. And from you know, early age, I think it's also about them seeing you live it. Kids respond much better to an example than somebody telling you one way and doing something totally different. So we try to be the same way we are at home as we are out there in the world, as we are on Duck Dynasty. And our kids see that, and I think they know that it's real, and they respond to that.
As far as that episode, that, you know, as that came together, and it was really funny, and that was her boyfriend at the time, and so he was super nervous over, I think a lot of it was the television cameras that were all pointing at him, and so it looked great because it looked like he was super nervous of me, which I think he was.
Yeah,
and,
he was that too.
And we wanted to take him out and do something different, and but he was a sweet kid, and yeah, I love at the end when I say, you know, I gave the duck call and said, if your lips are going to be on something that I made, I'd rather do a duck call. My daughter.
We'll take a final question before we go to the question. Want to welcome Godwin's back here as well. You join him as well.
I hate to end it on this note. We actually talked to Jeff and Al this morning, and they told me...
Did you learn anything?
Absolutely not. So, but they told me to ask about how is the workout regimen going?
Oh, those two clowns. Well, let me tell you something.
Okay, so there's something there. Okay.
Yeah, well, you know, I did something really unique this year. January 1st, I thought I'd try to get in better shape, and believe it or not, I've been sticking with it. And yeah, I've gotten in a basketball league, and so I'm playing basketball.
Yeah, the first basketball game he played this year, he lasted about 2 minutes, like total, spread over the full hour of the game. It was like 30 seconds here, tagged out.
It's a
30
work in
seconds
progress.
there. But he played last night, and he said he played the whole game.
Played
so.
last night, and we're back filming again, so we're shooting again, and so we've got some funny episodes coming up and some more physical stuff. So I can't tell you about today, but it's quite a workout
You'll be
today.
sore
So
tomorrow.
I'll be sore tomorrow for sure.
That'll wrap us. Corey, Willie, we appreciate your partnership with the Duck Commander 500. Before you leave, we're going to do a quick photo with the helmet in front of the sponsor logos, and then we'll get you over to the booth and to our
Appreciate
show
you
tonight. Thank you.
Yeah, we
Thank
appreciate
y'all.
you guys
Thank y'all for coming out.
and our partners, you know, with Uncle Size, Sweet Tea. I saw Spike back there with Linex and Clayton Home. So we were glad to bring this partnership together, and we're excited about coming over.